Hello, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and please check out my channel for other Z-World update. So the last update about Twist of Fate, Pallavi was shocked after hearing Rhea's confession, and Prachi determines to defeat Rhea in the chair dance competition. Let's continue. The chair dance competition continues, and Jai asks the losers to move and says that the chairs will now be 8. He then says that they would walk anti-clockwise to make the guests interesting. Grandma pushes Rhea, who falls on Pallavi. Pallavi and Grandma lose, but Rhea managed to sit on the chair as the music stops. Jai says finally, Prachi, Rhea and Aliyah are left. Vikram asks Grandma and Pallavi if they are fine. They says yes. Jai says let's move to the next round. Aliyah asks Rhea to stay till the last round and says I will push Prachi when she was about to sit, and then you can sit. Rhea says I will hug him tightly. Rhea, Prachi and Aliyah are walking. Jai asks who will win. He thinks that Prachi would win. As the music stops, Prachi is about to sit, but Aliyah pushes her while Rhea moves the chair. Prachi is about to fall. Ranbir holds Prachi while Aliyah falls down. Rhea gets angry and she is about to sit on the chair, but Prachi sits on the chair. Jai announces that Prachi is the winner. Pallavi helps Aliyah to get up. Grandma and Vikram smiles. Ranbir tells Prachi that he would hug her, not because he wants to hug her, but as she has won the prize. She says, I don't want any prize. Ranbir says, okay. Shahana says the winner shall get the prize. Ranbir hugs Prachi. Everyone claps. Ranbir says, I couldn't feel anything like before. Prachi says, I even couldn't feel. He says, I am doing this for everyone. Prachi says, I am doing this for Shahana. They have feelings for each other and closes their eyes. Rhea throws the plate to break Prachi and Ranbir's hug. Ranbir goes to make a phone call, while Prachi also excuses herself and goes. Vikram tells Grandma that he will go and check the florist. Ranbir fights with his emotions and recalls his words. He thinks that why is he talking big with Prachi when he wants to go near her? Why? Ranbir asks himself and says he should be strong and he should not get his feelings weak. When she had asked him to stay away from her, he should stay away from her. Shahana asks Prachi to stop and asks what happened. Prachi says I hugged him and got affected. I thought that I would not have any feelings, but when I hugged him, I forgot everything and felt good to hug him. Prachi says when Ranbir used to hug me, I used to feel the peace in his embrace. It was the same Ranbir and me today. She cries and hugs Shahana. She says that she thought that their relationship is over, but it seems that she has found the peace. She says that she doesn't want anything and she hugs Shahana. Shahana asks Prachi not to lie. Prachi says I don't want Ranbir. I don't want relationship or the peace. She goes. Shahana goes behind her. Ranbir also handles his emotions and comes back. Prachi comes there and falls. Ranbir owes her again. A song plays in the background. Ranbir asks her to be careful and says next time, maybe I am not around. A song plays in the background. Ranbir goes. Rhea asks Prachi until when will you stoop too low and says you are falling to get closer to him. She says shame on you to hug my husband. Prachi says it was a part of the game and says it was your shameless idea and says who keeps this condition to hug her husband. Prachi asks if it was her plan to win and hug Ranbir. Prachi says you have become an imposter and calling my behavior cheap. Rhea says you were lost after hugging Ranbir. Prachi says cheap thought and words and asks her to cry before Ranbir and not in front of her. Aliyah comes there. Rhea tells Aliyah that Prachi has done a shameless act. Pallavi asks her not to cry. Aliyah says that until Prachi is here, Rhea cannot celebrate lottery. Pallavi asks Aliyah not to give Prachi importance and says she is nothing than the past. She says, why are you making her the present? Don't do this. She says, I realize why you are angry with Prachi, as she is Ranbir's first love, but actually, she is Ranbir's past, and we shall not give her any importance, else we will be disturbed. Pallavi says the dog guys came. Now the real lorry will begin. Aliyah thinks that they should stop today from becoming tomorrow. Shahana comes to Prachi and asks her to come and dance. Prachi refuses. Shahana says it is your first lorry, you should enjoy. Vikram, Pallavi and others dance. Grandma comes there and dances with them. She signals to them to smile. Ranbir collides with Prachi while dancing. He imagines dancing with her. He holds her hand and dances with her. Rhea is shocked. Ranbir was holding Prachi's hand and dancing with her. Prachi dances with him. Rhea is upset. A song plays in the background. Grandma smiles. Aliyah stops Rhea and asks, "Where are you going?" Rhea asks how to control my anger and asks if he cannot see Prachi celebrating. She says she is seeing good things happening with Prachi in this lorry function and says Ranbir shouldn't have gone near her, but he hugged her. "I should have won the competition, but Prachi has won." Rhea says both Prachi and Ranbir are dancing together. "Look at them," and says all this shouldn't have happened with me. Aliyah asks her not to create drama and says you all wanted my lorry special. She says that she is sure that Prachi's eye will be on Ranbir while we do the rituals. Ranbir and Prachi looks at each other as the dance ends. Pallavi comes there and asks Rhea to come and do the puja. Aliyah gets an idea and says now I have to search for grandma's specs so as to make Prachi add. Prachi thinks to bring grandma's specs and goes inside. She finds someone following her and checks. Aliyah quickly hides. Prachi asks if anyone is here. The priest asks all the elders to come for the puja. Pallavi asks Grandma to start the puja. Grandma asks her to start the puja as it is done for the good start, as you are the mother-in-law of the daughter-in-law, and asks her to pray for happiness. She says I hand over my responsibility and position to you and congratulate her for the new start. The priest asks Vikram and Pallavi to break the coconut. Prachi sees Niti, who tells her that she was getting ready and she got late. Prachi asks her to go. Niti looks at Aliyah and she goes. Vikram and Pallavi do the puja first. The priest asks them to take the rounds around the lorry fire. They take the rounds. The priest asks others to do the puja. Others too do the puja. Jai asks Ranbir whom he is searching for. Ranbir says the door guys. Jai asks the door guy to play the door. Shahana asks Grandma, "Did you see Prachi?" Grandma says Prachi should be here for the puja. Where did she go to? Shahana says I don't know where she went to. Ranbir also looks for Prachi. Pallavi stops him and asks where is he going to. She says the puja is going on and asks him to stay back. Prachi goes to Grandma's room and checks for her specs. Aliyah comes there and locks the door silently without getting noticed by Prachi and goes. Ranbir asks Pallavi to get the puja done and says I have some important work. Pallavi says Rhea and you have to do the puja in the last and you have to take the rounds around the lorry fire. This is our family customs. Aliyah is going out of the house and she sees Shahana coming there, so she quickly hides. Shahana thinks that Prachi might be outside. I should check her out. She goes. Aliyah also goes out and whispers to Rhea that she has locked Prachi so that she can do the puja. Rhea says you are the best and thanks her. Shahana asks Niti if she saw Prachi. Niti says Prachi has gone inside the house. Shahana says I will go and call her. Pallavi asks if anyone is left now and says that her son and daughter-in-law will do the puja and take the rounds in the last. Grandma looks for Prachi. Aliyah says that she heard Prachi telling Shahana that she will come out after Rhea and Ranbir finish doing the puja. Grandma looks on. The priest gives arati plates to Rhea and Ranbir. Prachi finds the door locked and knocks on the door calling Niti. Shahana comes inside and calls Prachi. She hears Prachi calling Niti. Ranbir and Rhea begins taking the round around the fire. Prachi asks someone to open the door. Shahana comes there and opens the door. She asks, "What are you doing here?" Prachi says, "I came to get Grandma's specs, but I couldn't get it." Shahana says the puja started and asks her to come. Grandma thinks, where did she go to? Prachi comes there. Grandma asks her to do the puja. Prachi sees Rhea and Ranbir taking the rounds. Ranbir and Rhea stop seeing Prachi. Shahana asks Prachi to do the puja for her baby. Rhea thinks, how did Prachi reach here? Grandma asks Prachi to come as the Mahurat is ending. Prachi is about to go forward to do the puja. Pallavi stops her and says, first, let Rhea and Ranbir's puja be over. Then you can do whatever you want. Grandma says Mahurat is ending. Let her do the puja. She asks Prachi to go. Rhea thinks that Prachi shouldn't have been here. If her sight falls on us, then our puja will be ruined. Grandma gives the arati plate to Prachi. Prachi also begins taking the round around the fire and walks behind Rhea. Rhea gets angry and makes the firewood fall on Prachi's foot with her foot. Prachi shouted. Ranbir gets worried and asks Prachi to sit. Prachi says I will not sit and I have to do the puja. Ranbir says okay. You will do the puja with me. He owes Prachi and makes her take the round with him. A song plays in the background. Shahana rejoices and dances. Rhea fumes in anger and stops taking the rounds. Prachi and Ranbir end the puja. Ranbir asks Prachi to come and sit. Prachi doesn't listen to him and says she doesn't need his help. Ranbir says he shouldn't hear her and lifts Prachi. Everyone looks at them. Ranbir says, I am taking you home. Prachi says, you cannot force me. Ranbir says, you cannot do what you want. He takes her inside the house. Rhea gets upset and shocked. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like my videos, share it, and please subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.